football world, football lads world, football hooligan world, football casuals world. You already know who it is. Your humble narrator, Diablo, Del Boy D. Diablo TV, like and subscribe, do things you're supposed to do. As we delve deeper into the international terrorist culture, the historical documentation of the English hooligan firms. Ooh, I got a good one for you today, lads. One that's been brewing, because little by little, you know, I learned the English geography from the firms. Sure, there's football clubs attached to the firms, but I learned it from the firms. So as you guys have seen, I've been thinking, who's the hardest? All right, London is the immediate. You start thinking of the big four in London, you think of Manchester United, okay. Northwest maybe is the hardest. Manchester, Liverpool. Oh, but what about Northeast? Ooh, Newcastle, Sunderland. So Northeast, Northwest, London area, Southern England, where I be at. My TCE, you already know. But what's been bubbling up to the top? Midlands hooligan. Woo! And of course I got the dossier prepared for me by the International Hooliganism Society, as it were. And brother, I'm just gonna open it up, because hey, you could easily say Midlands is the hardest, maybe, because look at the names that you're gonna have in here. But I think Northwest has the title. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments below. But hey, doing the research that I've done, Midlands, and it's unconfirmed. People look at it a different way, but it's, you know, it's coast to coast the way I look at it, right? Anyway, they have different definitions. The Kingdom of Mercia, from the early Middle Ages. Kingdom of Mercia. Now we're getting somewhere. That's Midlands, right? Boroughs, different from America. You know, we got to get different setups. States, cities, boroughs, right? We got boroughs in New York, elsewhere. Birmingham, Coventry. I'm just gonna go down the list. Birmingham, Coventry, Derby, Leicester, Nottingham, Stoke, Wolverhampton. Woo! You just said a lot right there, because when I think of all them names, Birmingham, of course, you got Birmingham Zulus, Zulu Warriors, AV, Aston Villa, of course, Coventry Legion, you got Derby Lunatic Fringe, DLF, Leicester Baby Squad, shot a man like Riaz Khan, Nottingham, we call it Force Executive Crew, Stoke, the Mighty Naughty 40, Wolverhampton, Wolves, YM Army, yeah. The Shires, so it goes to boroughs and then Shires. You know, anyway, I can make some jokes of the Shire stuff, but I'm not going to. Anyway, Derby, Lincoln, the LTE, Lincoln Transit Elite. And then Nottingham is a Shire, and I see Mansfield, and I know the Mansfield Shady Express, you understand? And what's interesting also, a Shire is Staffordshire. Interesting. And the man like Jimmy Gestapo, cheers to Jimmy Gestapo, Murphy's Law, that man looking at me sometime at the show, and he looked at me and said, man, Diablo, you look like the Staffordshire Terrier, man. So Staffordshire, I'm interested in that place because of the Staffordshire Terrier, which became the American Pit Bull, you already know. So then, going back, this is a big one now, and there's a lot of firms in it, and I'm going to start going into some of them, and I saw football people think, oh, you guys saw Green Street Hooligans. Buddy, I've been in this for a long time, all right? I saw Football Factory when it came out. And I saw Real Football Factories when it came out. And I saw Real Football Factories International when it came out. Well, it was 2006. A lot has changed since then. I just went back and watched the Midlands episode. I ain't watched this since like back then. I've been just looking at individual firms. And the thing about it is, what's so remarkable is the man like Mark Chester. Hey, calm down, Jack. The man like Mark Chester, Stoke, Naughty 40. That man been like a mentor to me, unbeknownst to y'all. Y'all see he did a video, we made a poem and everything that I put on the channel. But that man, now that I look back, he had a major inspiration on me. Now that I look back at the things he said, he put a mob in it, you know. Said we all use the same transport, we all work together, you know, we all use the same person business-wise for this or for that, somebody who's in the firm. If somebody goes to prison, we make sure that their kids have the right trainers on, you know. That had a big impact on me. And I didn't realize it until I just looked back at it. And so cheers to a man like Mark Chester, a man been like a big brother to me and taught me a lot about this game and, you know, gave me room to make mistakes. And also me and him going to have a hooligan fiction competition universe in due time. But to conclude it, so if you talk about the Real Football Factories Midland episode, this is what influenced me back then. And now so much time has passed, I've met a lot of these lads and stuff like that. So looking back on it, it's really a trip. But Birmingham Zulus, and you had of course, Baz. Everybody knows Baz is become movie star and everything like that. And then, but David George, he's the one that said, it's a bit like that film Braveheart. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. Ready. So anyway, I could imitate the David George. I thought he came out pretty cool. And he was talking about Zulus history and everything like that. Africa Bambara. Going on to Stoke Nardi 40, obviously the man like Mark Chester. Then the Wolves, they had the Yam Yam Army with a man like Gilly Shaw. Now the Force, the FEC, you had the Gary Boatsy Clark. The Derby Lunatic Fridge, you had the Tomo. And Leicester Baby Squad, I know Riaz Khan, cheers to Riaz Khan, but who they show is the Colville Daz. And what's interesting about it, and I'll close with this, because who's the greatest oi band in the Midlands? Whoa, that's another question, because the Colville Daz, I've been listening to Baby Squadron. B Squadron is an oi band, a solid oi band, contemporary oi band, right? And I see that geese is up in there. I don't know if he's in the band or not, but cheers to B Squadron, best hooligan oi band that I heard in a long time. I'ma close it. Midlands Hooligans, who's the hardest?